Now I'm going to share with you some things. Some visions I've had. I haven't shared this. September the 1st, I had a dream that I know is from the Lord, because it's a dream I don't want to come to pass. But I had the first dream I've ever had about absolute martial law in our country. Soldiers were everywhere. I mean everywhere, in rural places. And people were just hoping that they passed by their house and didn't stop. I had that on September 1st. Years ago, and I'm going to give you a list of some dreams and some open visions God gave me over these last few years, these last, say, 15 years. But I remember back in 2011, the Lord showed me a devastating attack, and I couldn't tell if it was nuclear, but it was a devastating attack somewhere on the northeast coast. I don't know if it was Washington, D.C. or New York City, but somewhere up there. And it was devastation. It wasn't anything like 9/11. And I can tell you this much, that I feel that's coming very soon is another false flag attack like 9/11, except it's going to make 9/11 look like a picnic. And I don't know if it's going to be a dirty bomb, a neutron bomb, or a full-scale nuclear strike on one of our coast cities. But it's going to be devastating. And it's going to bring fear upon the nation. Not too long after that, I had a dream. I was driving to Montgomery, Alabama. And as I'm driving to Montgomery, Alabama and looking west, due west, way out west, I saw a mushroom cloud move up into the sky. And I stopped my vehicle on Interstate 85 and said, "It has begun." And I have known for years there will be nuclear detonation in America, multiple detonations at some point. This could come from Russia, but it actually could come from our own government, who will then say it's Russia. And the fact that we've stolen Russian plutonium can have the isotope signature of Russian nuclear suitcase bombs or anything else. We know that Obama, when he was in office, was working with hostile nations to put shipping containers with missiles in them here in the United States, and we don't even know where they are. Say, "Pastor Dean, how do you know this?" I don't have time to get into it with you. When I was 16 years old, I saw the missiles flying over America. The Lord spoke to me just a few years ago, about invasion, that it will be followed by we will be invaded from the south, from the north, from the east, from the west. We'll be invaded by the Chinese, by Russians, and by Muslims. We'll be invaded from Canada by Chinese and Muslims. We'll be invaded by Russian soldiers. We'll be invaded by Chinese soldiers. Some of them may have UN uniforms on them. The United States will be invaded. That will happen. You hear me? Now, we don't like to, as Americans, we think we're invincible. The thing is, if we had godly people in charge, we have the technology, the weapons, and the people, and the patriots enough to defend our country. But in my dream, back in 2011, when the attacks began, I remember in the dream, Obama was president at the time, and I remember going to him and say, "We must retaliate. We must full-scale attack now, or it's over." And he wouldn't even look up at me. Now, people mocked me about that dream and vision once Obama went out of office, but I can tell you right now that Obama never went out of office. He's been running the deep state in America ever since. And he got his puppet boy in office. And he's the one running the show. And once you gain the title of president, you keep it anyway for your life. No, he's an enemy, folks, as is George W. Bush, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton. These people are enemies of the United States of America, of the true republic, of the true patriots, of the true Americans who want freedom, who want to maintain our Constitution, our sovereignty, our power, who want to keep the freedom of religion. See, what some of us got too caught up back then in Republican and Democrat when it was God or Satan. And these people, most of them, many of them Republican, many of them Democrat, serve Satan. They worship Satan. That is what they do. They're on the same team. You wonder why they do the same stuff? Because they're on the same team. You wonder why Clinton and Obama and Bush can all get together laughing and having a good old boy time together? Because they're on the same team, Satan's team. And they've always been on Satan's team. America is in trouble. I saw a vision. This was probably back in 2013. It was time of one of our Wednesday night prayer meetings, and I saw the United States laid out in front of me. I could see, it was like I was looking over, I could see the whole thing from the East Coast to the West Coast. And I saw her laying there as a woman dying, like in cardiac arrest, in the process of full death. And I saw two big old hands with the paddles. Shocker. And she came back to life. And it was then the Lord told me that it's going to take something extremely dramatic to finally wake up Americans.